Evening, Wellness Warriors. It is the 17th of November. It is Sunday night, 8 o'clock, and you're here on the Motivated Minds Facebook page, live with me, Carla Andrews. We meet every week to discuss mental health and well-being, and we want to open up those conversations, and I basically rattle through the hour chatting to you all. We have different themes each week, and we talk about our wellness wins for the week, so be thinking about them. And we do our cards each week. We choose different cards, and basically we chat away the hour. So thank you so much for joining in. I see I've already got 7 people joined. That's absolutely amazing. If you can put a hi, because it doesn't tell me who's always joined. So I can see the lovely Leslie has. It's been a while, Leslie, since I've seen you. I hope you're well. I've got the lovely Eddie here, who's just had a cigarette, so he's just been told off by Mummy.
Apparently I stink.
Yeah, stinks of tobacco.
Back by popular request, apparently.
Oh, well, I don't know about popular request. So, Eddie, can you go and get a chair or something, please?
I sat in a chair earlier and you wasn't happy with that chair.
Oh, well, that's because you was too high. Oh, we're like this, are we? Oh, mother and son.
Hello, Danielle.
So we're here to open up the conversation around mental health, as I said to you. Eddie can give his
expertise.
I wouldn't say expertise personally. I'd say his perspective. Everyone knows, or our regulars know, that you have a couple of diagnoses, which I
call them superpowers, not
superpowers.
Diagnoses.
Good. No, I like superpowers as well. So
the question was, what are they? Autism, ADHD, and Tourette's.
Yes. So Ed can give his points of view on his
expertise.
His insight to his mental health. Yeah, and feel free to ask any questions as we go along in the hour, and we can hopefully share some hints and tips and good practice and good health hygiene, basically.
Yeah. For
mental
health.
Wonderful. Yeah. So lovely Dan's joined us as well tonight, so that's good. Right, so Ed, what theme this week? What do you want to talk about this week?
Oh, good. I thought there was a schedule. I was going to say I've got no idea. What do you want to talk about this week? That's a good question.
Well, I was working in a school this week, and we're writing a whole positive mental health curriculum. And they asked me what 4 areas, if I was to create this, would I do. That's how we started our day.
Okay. So four things.
Yeah.
4 things. Diversity, which was last week. I'm not saying we talk about that because we've already spoke about it.
But hold on, no, I want to stay on track here. 4 things that I want to
add to the curriculum. I'd say that acceptance.
Right. Let me start with the bigger titles. So we did we chose self-esteem, so you can build identity with that.
Yeah.
Okay, and talk about routines and good mental health practice.
Yeah.
Then I chose failure.
Yeah.
Could have chose resilience, or to call it resilience, but we chose to call it failure, because wouldn't it be wonderful if we were proud to fail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I just think that's a big jump. If we can teach children to be proud to fail, it's okay to fail, but you learn from failure.
Mm.
And with the failure as well comes in your diversity.
Yeah.
Okay, because not everyone's the same. Yeah. So through each school year, they're going to be looking at different role models, different inventors, different people through time who have overcome their barriers, and their neurodiversity.
It's funny you say that, because I'm actually highly commended by Basildon Council and the community. I'd say by the community as a role model of the year.
Yes.
Highly commended for
Not
that.
quite on an international level yet to be taught on a school curriculum.
At one point, neither was Amelia Earhart, though.
This is true.
Yeah.
So, and then we chose mindfulness because that's really important. And physical activity, because again that's really important to mental health, and in that will be brain, nutrition, and yeah, I can't wait to carry on working with the school building this curriculum. It's going to be very, very special. So we sat with the senior management team. We've got that underway now. It's going to go to an inset day where a lot of the teachers are going to be putting together. They're going to be brainstorming and be putting together some meat around the bones, and then I'll help them with some resources and that. So I'm really excited about doing that. Eddie, why have you got my
I was cold. I had to go. It's very cold. It's cold in your front room.
Right, okay.
Your office.
In all fairness, it's cold because we're having an extension done, and the doors are just wood at the moment. So, what else has been going on? You've helped me a couple of days at the hub this week, haven't you? Homelessness has been a big thing this week. A lot of people, where we live, unfortunately, 3 people have passed away in the last couple of weeks, due to being homeless. So it's very sad.
Is that due to the cold?
Yeah, the cold certainly hasn't
Big
helped.
Factor, yeah.
Yeah. So it's terrible time of year for anyone that's homeless, because the streets are so cold and damp, and it's really important that we look after the homeless. So they've been coming into the hub, haven't they? Making a cup of tea, a can of soup, try and do what we can, and we try and follow up all of the phone calls of trying to get all the agencies talking. So, but you were supporting a young man Saturday, wasn't you?
Yesterday, yeah.
So, yeah, yesterday. So, yeah. It's a shame when over the years people sort of make judgments that, homeless people, they've brought it on themselves, they've got drug problems, they've got alcohol problems, this, that, or the other.
Mental health
but
problems.
What I would say is, before all of that, something was missing in their mental health.
Yeah.
Well, every story we've ever heard, there was something that has preceded the drugs and the alcohol.
Yeah.
And let's face it, drugs and alcohol are readily available these days in our communities. And for those that haven't had what we would say is problems, but have taken the drugs recreationally, and then Tiggs is trying to join us. Those that have taken it recreationally and then got addicted, it's a terrible state of affairs, isn't it? And it doesn't just impact them, it impacts the families as well.
It also impacts the view of homeless people, which I think is a shame, because the homeless people I know, personally, they're lovely. And even the people that were homeless and went somewhere with it and have found themselves houses or jobs, they've had, either gambling addictions or addictions and it's only because of they didn't have the ability to control it at that time, and people just see them as addicts. They don't see them as human beings. Yeah. They're homeless or they're addicts. They're, dirty people, and it's not true. There's more.
Unfortunately, as well, the politics at the moment, whether Labour, Conservative, whoever get in, what conversation someone had with me this week was, Labour put us in trouble as a country last time because they keep spending all the money. I think we should spend money. We should spend money on our NHS. I think we should spend money on making sure that people are housed. I think we should spend money on our infrastructure and get that right. And yeah, Labour might put us into debt, but
that is only an opinion.
Yeah, that was.
We don't want any controversy.
No, this isn't a campaign for a certain party. It's just whatever party is in power.
There are other parties available.
We would just hope that we do right by the people that are living in this country and, well, in the world. Let's put it on a global thing. There's so much inequality across this world, and wouldn't it be nice if we were just always kind to one another? And talking of that, it was World Kindness Day, was it? Wednesday? What day was it? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday.
I'm in touch with my dates.
Yeah, it was World Kindness Day, Wednesday. Have you been kind this weekend? No?
Not at all.
Have you done any hoovering for me? You did do the washing up today, I'll give you that.
I washed up 4 plates, and that's because you cooked for me, my friend Danielle, and my daughter, Haley.
Yeah.
You made lasagna.
I did. I cooked a nice dinner. So, with all that in mind about sort of the homeless and supporting our community, that's where Motivated Mind sort of steps in and our Happy Hub, because for our community, we love giving. We know that to support our mental health, giving to others is a massively important factor.
Yeah.
So we have our Christmas campaign where we are making, the aim is to make 50 hampers. It is a lot. Basildon is made up of 5 towns, so ideally it's 10 hampers to each town for people in need.
There is a town that doesn't want to be under.
Oh, stop that! 172 mental health cards to the mental health unit in Basildon, because it is always overlooked about people in the mental health units. And I think that's a shame. And we found out this week actually houses 172 people. So wouldn't that be nice that we could get a Christmas card to each and every one of them?
I've seen some of them, blank but filled
in the hub. Yeah, we've
hub,
started making them already. The idea is that we'll just sign them that they're not alone. And
Christmas is a tough time.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. And then what else are we doing? We're making 25 rucksacks for the homeless. So we're going to pack them full of goodies and some stuff to keep the homeless people warm over the festive period. And hopefully, if they lose it, gets stolen, whatever, we can have a backup supply. And actually, there's a local business that has come forward and offer to supply some of those rucksacks. So that'd be really good.
That is nice.
So that's our Christmas campaign this year. It's getting bigger and bigger every year, which is really fabulous. Yeah. So if you would like to get involved, whether that's volunteering, whether that's making a donation, then please do get in touch with us. You can put a message on here. You can email us. I'll give all the details at the end, but the biggest thing is really just spreading the word of what we're trying to do, because if we had £1 for every time that we was said, I didn't know you was here, didn't know what you do. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
I was in a taxi the other day.
Yeah.
I think I was on my way home, and the guy was talking about how, you know, I think a bunch of youths, a bunch of young kids, were running in the road trying to scare some oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
And he was like, "God, it's annoying, all these kids. There's nowhere for them to go." And I said, "Whereabouts do you live?" And he said he lives on Craylands. I said, "There's a Craylands Youth Club."
Yeah.
And I said, there is about, close to, or at least, youth club in every town. There's Billericay, Wickford.
Yeah, I'd like to see more purpose-built youth clubs, though, to help with the prevention of of antisocial behaviour to help with the prevention of mental ill health. Because I would love to see purpose-built youth clubs. Wickford has got a phenomenal one called the Downtowner, and that's amazing.
Building based.
Yeah, and they can be used in the day actually by the older generations as well. So it's not a case of, they could just sit there just for the evenings for the kids. But I'd love to see actual purpose-built, because the difference, I mean, how many kids do we have on a Friday night? Anywhere from sort of 25 to 45 we've had, haven't we?
50, yeah.
Yeah, so, to have that would be amazing. Right, I've got lots of hellos coming in. Right, let's go through the hellos. So lovely Donna's with us. Hello, Donna. It's Rob the Bass. Hi, Rob. Karen, thank you for joining us. Lindsay, great to see you. Good evening, Claire. Robert said Ed is a cooker.
Ed is cooker than a penguin's toes.
I don't understand that one.
Just means I'm looking good. It means I'm looking good and warm.
Yeah, if we can, not mention names, but we are supporting our local homeless, so that's wonderful. And unfortunately someone has gone to hospital. You were with them yesterday, weren't you?
I was looking after someone yesterday, yes.
Yeah, and we'll carry on supporting those people. So I'm reading.
Cooler than a penguin's toes. That makes sense.
Oh, you're cool. Good evening, Nicola. You all right, my lovely? I'm so pleased you've joined us. So, I was saying to you a couple of weeks ago about my mental health was really taking a whack, because I was so stressed. So I've been quite strict with myself, and this is sometimes where we have to work out our boundaries. When I'm at home this last week and a half, I've been turning my phone off, or I've just not been answering anything to do with work, so I can deal with work during work hours, which are long enough anyway. I usually do a 10-hour day at least. So that's how I'm putting in boundaries. How do you put in boundaries when you're stressing?
Am I allowed
when
to
you're
say
under pressure? Or you're smoking?
Yeah, I have a fag. I want to quit, to be fair. A lot of people would recommend things like therapy or meditation, but it depends on the user, doesn't it? Because, therapy works for some people and it doesn't work. Meditation works for some people, it doesn't work for others. Mine, I think I have to always go back to what the foundation was. So if I'm far along on a project and it's not going well because of something, I'll go right back down to base, right back down to the foundation, and work my way up quickly again to make sure that I stay on top of it all.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Okay. So let's go. You said first of all about smoking. Okay. Yeah. I was young once, and I used smoking as a way to try and help. Actually, it didn't help me in the end, because I realised just how powerful smoking was, that it actually brought it on more and more. So I gave up smoking about 6-7 years ago now. And I found other ways. The thing is, like you said about therapy, there are so many different forms of therapy. Yeah. So don't try just one form. And the other thing you said about meditation, again, people, I think personally, write it off too early. I've been using meditation over the years, and I thought I wasn't doing it right, or had different teachers. And over the years, I realised what good practice is and what bad practice is and what works for me. So I'd say you're still young, and I understand that going for a cigarette makes you feel calmer there and then, but actually it will bring your stress on more because of the addiction nature of it. Yeah. So yeah, you have to, but we all trial different things. Just going reading through these. So what have you found, guys, that helps you when you're feeling stressed? What good things have you put into practice? As I said earlier, sort of one of the key things for our well-being is definitely giving to others. We really do push that as an organisation. We push the 5 things. So the 5 keys to well-being. So first of all is learning, connecting with others, physical activity, giving, and I always do it. It's because I don't do them in order, and I should do them in order. Right. So connecting, giving, learning, physical health. Oh, for crying out loud, Connor Andrews. Memory is just not like learning. I'm going to do them in order.
These are the 5 ways to well-being.
Yeah. So there's learning.
Yeah.
Mindfulness. So yeah, sorry. So mindfulness. So those 5 things is what we always recommend. So I try and get those 5 in all the time. So Loretta has just said books. So is that reading, Loretta? Is that what helps you? Art therapy, Amelia's saying music therapy, aromatherapy. Absolutely. So there's, as I said, there's so many therapies out there. I'm a bit partial to art therapy as well. And I find that very relaxing.
There's this study that just from colouring in, staying inside the lines with the pencil is enough of a distraction to distract you from whatever you're worrying about at the time. So if you're ever stressed, pick up a colouring book.
Absolutely. And that's why you can get the mandalas, and they were developed a couple of thousand years ago by the Buddhists, and they're everything's symmetrical within it, and it's meant to sort of represent life, and the circle of life, and that's what mandala stands for. But as Ed said, the colouring within the lines, and where they're very fine, you enter what they call in positive psychology a flow state. So whilst you're in this flow state, you can't actually worry about anything else because you're concentrating so much. So it's very good to get yourself into that flow state. And apparently running does it as well, and lots of other things get you into a flow state, particularly art. So really great music, absolutely.
I know Rob likes his music. He likes being on stage. Loves being on stage.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, hobbies are fantastic for that. So that's why, again, we recommend good hobbies. So listening to music, as Claire said. Yeah, Claire, you've just said about counselling made it worse. I must admit that was my personal experience, but I think it does depend on the counsellor and the methods they use. So just don't give up and think you're useless and that it's not working. Just try a different path. So good evening, the lovely Alex.
Hello, Alex.
And Ryan.
I'd like to say hello to Ryan. So thank you, Loretta. I was half game between chess yesterday with Ryan.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to finish it because I had to leave. But it was a good game.
And next time. Yeah, next time. Nicola has said getting outside. Absolutely. And this is a fantastic time of year to do mindfulness walks. So just get outside and watch the leaves change from every day that you walk, or go out and do the rainbow walk where you're spotting all the colours of the rainbow when you're out. It's just, there are so many ways to look after yourself, and we just really don't. We just take it for granted.
I think recognising how wonderful the world is quite therapeutic in a way. You know, whether
because we tend to hear the bad, don't we? Like all over social media.
The news or gossip, it's always negative. But, you know, no one ever talks about what animals have made it off of the extinction list and are doing well, or
not as many as I'd like to see.
Of course, but yeah, it's always about what's going wrong. It's not about new technologies being made to support people with issues. And I mean, there was a young boy in the news the other day who he has a voice now because of the technology that Stephen Hawking would use to speak, although he can't. So those are the positives I'd like to talk about.
Yeah. What good news stories have you guys heard? That'd be really nice.
Doesn't have to be recent. I just want to hear good news.
Loretta has just shared walking with my dogs. Who has got animals? Who loves a bit of animal therapy?
Yeah.
I would love one day to get some therapy dogs into the shop so we can all have a cuddle. We did once organise a puppy cuddle for one of our youth clubs, but unfortunately the building that we had it in, we didn't get permission. They wouldn't give us permission to have puppies in there. But how cool would that have been to have all the teenagers cuddling puppies?
A Labrador.
Oh, any puppies, they're all cute. I like lab puppies.
I'd like to say that one thing that I thought was good for stress is doing something completely different that you might have always wanted to have done. And a lot of people aim for traveling or meeting their favorite celeb, but I think just, sometimes you have to simplify that. So instead of meeting your favorite celeb, go to a concert, or instead of traveling, Google your local parks, or
do something different. Because to me, we have a memory bank. And we have to store happy things in it. We have to have things to look forward to, and we have to change up our game. Yeah. If we live sort of Groundhog Day, it does take its toll.
Reciting the same thing over and over again, and you won't learn any new knowledge.
So yeah, I know that next year we're bringing in our personal challenge passport, so there is an opportunity for people to do something each month if they want to, and get involved in some different personal challenges. So that'll be quite amazing. So we'll have news on that very early on in the new year.
I think just something like a happy man's bucket list would do.
What would be on your happy man's
bucket list? Well, I tell you what, since he's a friend, I'd like to self-promote on my behalf. I think Rob is on stage soon. Petra Viva, I don't know where it is, but I've never been to an actual concert before. I've been to a festival where someone sang, but I'd like to go to an actual concert where it's loud, it's different, it's new people, and so yeah, I'll probably come and see Rob. And Petra Viva, is that his band?
He'll tell you.
Yeah.
He'll tell you.
Well, there you go.
So okay, so I've always wanted to go to Tilbury Fort, and I still haven't got there. So
what
that's on my. Well, it's a fort. It's literally can't be 10 miles away. But it's steeped in history, and I've always wanted to go there, and I just haven't. So
but it's free.
Well, it's not free. It's about $7.50.
It's $7.50, but that's something you can do.
But it is something that sometimes we put these things off, and we'll do it. Oh yeah, we'll do it next month, or we'll do it. I'm notorious at that because I do put work first. So I think to sort of put dates in the diary and then stick to them.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And even find an accountable friend, someone that will go with you, and stick to that. So, yeah. So yeah, that's definitely good things in a happy person.
A happy man's bucket list.
A happy man's bucket list, or a happy woman's bucket list.
Well, if you make it happy man's, then it's both.
I have actually got a bucket list book here somewhere.
Do you want me to find it for you?
I don't know. It's in there somewhere. It's a blue book.
Yeah,
I bought it from a store a while ago. And it's a beautiful book. Maybe worth getting someone getting one for Christmas.
I'll tell you what, this is very relevant.
Getting one for Christmas, because to sit down and work out what sort of things that you want to achieve over the next month, over the next year, over the next 5 years. It's really important. And I got this beautiful book, and it's all my bucket list stuff.
I have a bucket list upstairs. So I don't know if I can find yours. It's a blue book.
Oh, it's up there somewhere, or don't worry about it. I'll find it for next week. So, wellbeing wins, guys. Share with me your wellbeing wins. 3 wellbeing wins over the last 7 days. What have they been for me? Let me think. I've been working lots this week. My Monday Youth Club. I love my Monday Youth Club. It's just growing bigger and bigger and bigger. So to see the kids that we have on a Monday is fabulous. What else? Wellbeing wins, Ed. I'm just trying to think. Cooking dinner for my family today and having my granddaughter round for a cuddle. Oh, and my third is actually buying myself. I treated myself, or my home, to Google Home.
Yeah, don't say it, otherwise they'll come alive.
Yeah, so all the speakers will come alive in the house. So, but actually, it's quite good technology. I like it. Eddie, you're not in shop, darling. You're that's it. So, that's my 3 wellbeing wins. What about yours, Ed?
My daughter walked all around my mother's front room today. She went to attack my brother with her messy hands, and then she followed me to the kitchen.
She is a little walker now.
She is walking, which is nice because I'll have to get reins soon.
Well, you won't have to.
Oh no, I'm going to need to, honest. If she's anything
she's not
like
going to run off like you did. The lovely Lindsay has said, meeting up with yourself and visiting the shop. Oh, Lindsay, I tell you what, Lindsay has popped in the shop last week and really helped us out with our admin, because we were, as always chasing our backsides. So it's really great when people choose to come in and volunteer for us. So, Lindsay, it was an absolute pleasure having you in this week, and we really appreciated that help.
Along with all of our other volunteers.
Absolutely, of course. So we do have a fantastic team of volunteers. We have 24 now.
24 volunteers?
24 volunteers. I think that's rather...
Me?
No. You're
25.
25 volunteers. So it's amazing, and all of these people just want to give back to others.
Yeah.
And they believe in our vision, don't they? So it's wonderful.
Or we've helped them, and in return they've helped us back, which is nice.
So Amelia's 3 wellbeing wins are sticking to my diet. Well done, Amelia. Decluttering my flat a bit, excellent. And sleeping earlier. That's really important. Sleep is so important. I know we've done talks in the past on sleep, and just the difference that a good night's sleep can have on your brain the next day in terms of concentration, mood, emotions. So that's brilliant.
There are a lot of famous people, though, that only do 3 hours of sleep a night.
Yes. Well, Margaret Thatcher was one of them.
Yeah.
But
Donald Trump sleeps 3 hours a night.
Well, I think that explains quite a lot for Donald Trump.
We're English.
But anyway, yeah. Lindsay, that'd be fantastic if you do it again. Claire, sometimes we have to look at the smallest of things.
Could have been smiling at the mailman as he dropped off your package. A lot of people forget to be polite, so could have done that.
Yeah, look at the small things, Claire, because sometimes they don't have to be massive. They can be really, really small. It can be literally like getting dressed. Okay, they haven't got to be monumental. You haven't got to have saved the planet. It can be just be kind to yourself.
Watching this show, that is a wellness win.
And my honesty, although they can be hard to think of, I struggled with mine. Haha, you could always try again next week. Yeah. So, but just always think small. It hasn't got to be big, okay? Literally can be getting dressed, can be getting in the shower, can be getting out the door, or even just putting your feet out of the bed, whatever it was, okay? It can be really small. Right, should we get the stress less cards out, the affirmator cards, or the empower cards? Choose, please, guys. Which cards do you want? And we'll do a random readout.
Whilst you're doing that, I can answer my other 2 wellness wins because you.
There you go, Claire. Claire's already got one. Claire, that's all you need. Okay, you are here with us tonight, and we always look forward to chatting to you. And everyone in this little chat will send you some love, no doubt, because hey, we've all been there where we've struggled. Okay, and that is basically what this is for: is to pull all these people together who care, and we all do care. I was going to say that, Eddie, tuning into this live is a wellness win. Good evening, the lovely Lindsay. Claire, stress less. Right, we're going stress less. And then we're going to do empower for Donna. Right. Oh, I can't get them open, Ed, without ripping them. And can't do that. Right, while Eddie opens them.
Oh, I've ripped it, sorry. I'm joking. Relax.
I've hurt my neck this week, so it really. Oh.
Yeah, don't. It's because you keep sleeping on the sofa.
Right. Choose one randomly, please.
And you said I couldn't sit on your lap for an entire hour.
Oh, no.
Choose one, yeah? Is it just one at random?
Yeah, choose one at random. For lovely Claire.
One for Claire, okay. I feel like Claire is heading towards this one here.
Okay. Right.
I want to make it hard.
Are you reading it? Okay.
Space travel. Close your eyes. Okay, sorry I haven't got the best voice for this, but close your eyes. Imagine that you can space travel just like that, rising up from where you are and seeing the whole place from above. Actually, you go so high that you can see the limits of the city, the country, the earth. Everything gets smaller and you go higher. When you feel good, stop right there. Look at the place where you just were. How does everything look from up there? Then think about how you feel now and from a distance. Stay in your space position for 5 to 10 minutes and then come down.
Well, I can't do 5 to 10 minutes, but that's quite a good one, isn't it? I like that.
I like watching NASA live. So, you ever seen that?
Because if you do that and you go, say, above your house.
Yeah.
And then you do above your town. Then you do above the county. And then the country. And then the continent. And then the world. And you're sitting on the... What I imagined when you said that was that I was sitting on the sort of ozone layer. And the sun, the warmth of the sun, like almost like when it comes up in the morning.
I'd like to sit on. Well, I'm going
to try that again in my own time when I've got that 5-10 minutes.
I think if you take a picture of that, and then put it on after this, and then people can read that.
Or
people could take a screenshot quickly. Hold on. Carla's bad at this. Let go. I'd like to relax. I'd like to just lay down on a decking chair on the moon, and then just so you can screenshot that if you haven't already.
I will try and get these typed up and then maybe shared.
You haven't got the time to do that
because my computer was playing up tonight for some reason, so I won't be able to do it tonight because for some reason the cursor keeps going back to the front of the word every time you type a letter. Right, I'm going to go over to Empower for the lovely Donna, and we're going to go for an Empower one.
Okay. Yeah, if you take a picture of that and put it on there.
Okay.
Because you won't have the time to type it up. You're a busy woman.
Well. Right. Oh. How do I show love to myself and to others? Oh, that's a good question. So, Donna, you chose empower. How do you show love to yourself? I know that we can all be very good at beating ourselves up. We're almost experts in beating ourselves up, aren't we?
I think we're our own self-critics, you know.
Yeah. So how do we show ourselves love? How do you show yourself love, Ed?
I look in the mirror about 15 to 20 minutes a day, and then just call myself beautiful. Call myself beautiful.
That's you doing your hair.
How do I show love to myself? I think I praise myself for every new challenge that I've either come over or that my daughter has accomplished, like walking, talking. She can tell me to shush now if she wanted to.
She's brilliant at that. Well trained.
Yeah, she is. So every new difference, you know, I kind of praise myself for it, because the fact that there is change means that something is going on in my life that, you know, it's not just a ritual, it's not just A to B, it's
positive change.
Positive change.
That'd be brilliant. So, yeah, I think like we can be our own worst critic, and then the world sometimes cannot be particularly nice. So I'm glad that you do that, because you do face a lot of challenges, and I know that you work hard to always be the better person. And at the end of the day, Ed, I don't mean this patronising, but if I had what you've got at your age.
What age? Time?
Like no, I'm all in awe of you, because I never saw myself in a positive light.
I think that's just bad timing, though, because the people around you at the time, there were some good people, but I think your foundations weren't.
But you have such wisdom, and I do love that about you. I mean, don't get me wrong. He drives me up the bloody wall. He's the biggest pain in the arse ever. But as a mum, I'm secretly proud. I just try not to tell him too often. Lindsay, absolutely. If you want to come in tomorrow and give us a hand, that's brilliant. The lovely Donna has said she gives myself time. Ah, very good. And don't feel guilty yet. Don't feel guilty for it, but can also show others by helping as much as I can. Absolutely, that me time is really important, and we bang on about that quite regularly in our Empower Hour, don't we?
I think what Donna mentioned, though, about not feeling guilty for it, I think a lot of people feel like it's selfish to have me time, and so they then dedicate all of their time to everyone, and then it wears them out, because, you know, and it's good not to feel ashamed to take care of yourself. Otherwise, just like on an aeroplane, you have to put your mask on before anyone else's. Otherwise, you're no help.
The lovely Claire is leaving us. Claire, good night. We're sending you lots of love, and look forward to chatting with you next week. All right, keep an eye out for those little wins that will happen. All right. Yeah, I think that's really good, Donna. And I know sometimes when you're really busy, me time can be really hard to make for yourself. You're a new dad.
Not that new.
Well, she's a year old. So how do you get your me time in?
I don't. I'm a new dad. You just said that.
No, but no, how do you get some in? I mean, we're not talking hours here. You haven't got to make hours. No, of course
not. Just 2 to 3 minutes to appreciate that even when my little Bubba throws a tantrum, you know, she's there. She's still smiling, whether she's angry at me or not, or, you know.
Or telling me to shush.
Or telling me to shush. It's just, I appreciate every moment, whether it's past or to look forward to.
Yeah. Okay. So, my me time, certainly in the last couple of weeks, I had a couple of Saturdays off, and yesterday I was off because my neck has been really hurting, so I've just chilled out. I've just pleased myself. I haven't worked, so and And I look forward in the new year, because we've got lots of new opportunities coming in Motivating Minds way, that in the new year I'll be able to take some serious amount of time off. My other son,
my brother Timmy's trying to get involved in the action. He's miming in the door frame. Do you want to get involved? I can turn the camera around if you like.
It's the quickest way to make Tim move. So we need to look after ourselves to help others. Absolutely, Donna, we really do. Okay.
You need to answer the question.
Oh, go on.
How do you show love to others? Other than your work.
How do I show other than my work?
Yeah, other than your work.
Well, my friends know that if they ever need anything, I am there. They might get their Christmas presents or birthday presents probably about 3 months late.
Or a year.
Yeah, or from 1 year to the next. As one of my dearest friends will vouch. But I hope they know, and they do know, that if they ever needed me, I'm only ever a phone call away. And I literally would go and see them for no matter what time it was. So I try and do my best for my friends. Don't see them as much as I would like, because they know I'm on this journey of trying to get Motivating Minds up and
it's funny running. You say that, because the next one.
Yeah.
What or who am I beneath all my roles?
Oh, I'm just old Carla.
You are old. Emphasis on the old.
I'm just
you're
old
more
Carla.
Than that, though. You're a family woman.
I am a family. I am a mummy.
A nanny.
I'm a nanny.
A granny, as my brother just said.
Nanny, thank you. I would say that I'm caring. I'd say that I'm loyal. So, but yeah, that's yeah.
I think a lot of people put on not masks,
but
they put on like a work suit, or they put on like a mum suit, or they put on a suit of armor for whatever job they're doing, whether it's caring for someone, being a friend.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we forget to take one suit of job off before we put on another, and I don't think it gives us a lot of time for our brains to just alleviate all the problems. Like, are
you saying I bring my work home and put it on?
That is a common thing. Just in that pocket there, Elijah.
Good job, I've got the best job then, isn't it?
Well, yeah. However, when you've put on your work suit and you've gone to work, and you come home and then you put on your chill out suit, but your phone's still in your hand because you need to reply to emails, and you
haven't stopped doing that in the last couple of weeks, because I've recognised that I couldn't.
It's not healthy to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
I think you say that you envy me for what I have now.
Yeah.
But I would like to ask you, Carla, and the group chat, because there is an audience. I'd like to know what kind of advice on life would my old self give to my current self? Could have been a year ago, could have been 30 years ago.
What kind of advice on life would my old self give to my current self? Have fun.
Just in case people forget the questions, because I'd like to see some.
What kind of advice on life would my old self give to my current self? Always have fun.
You'd always have fun?
Yeah.
To enjoy the moment, I think is what you're saying.
Oh, you're very wise, but yes.
Well, only because if you was to suddenly teleport, time travel, to the past, and tell your younger self, all those 50 years ago, to just enjoy life or just to have fun.
Probably I would mistake that.
You would mistake that for thinking you haven't got a lot of time left.
Yeah.
I think you need to enjoy the moment.
One of the things I learned when I was about your age, maybe a little bit younger, I always realised it was important to say what you think. So if you're grateful to someone, say it there and then. Like, my nan died very when I was young, and I've lived with it ever since. I don't feel guilty. I just wish that I'd had the wisdom at sort of 19 years old to say thank you. And I never sat down and said thank you, Nan, for taking me in and doing all those things. So I suppose my younger self to my older self would have always been share your gratitude. So yeah.
Hello, Paul. I would like to just bring attention to a thought, a what if. When we were all younger, there was always at least one person that would say, oh, enjoy your time whilst you've got it.
Yes.
Imagine if that was you from the future, but you just overlooked it. You know what I mean? What if you did time travel and tell yourself to enjoy your time whilst you had it and don't take advantage of being young, but, you know, you just disregarded it.
Yeah, just never know.
I would like to read out Lindsay's answers. So work, family balance is important. That's very true.
Yeah.
There's also, it's all right, Carla, I got it.
The lovely Donna. Don't take things for granted. Lily. Hi, Lily. Make time for your family. Later on, you might not get to.
I think
Absolutely.
That's what you were saying as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Enjoy what you've got while you have it. Absolutely. They're really important messages that we should be
although it's not on the card.
Yeah.
You know, we're all still alive right now, which means compared to 1 billion years, we're still young. Compared to the earth and the rocks in the ground, we're still young.
Okay.
Just a look.
Right.
I would say, because we can't time travel yet, instead of thinking about what advice we'd give each other when we were younger, I'd like to see, if you were older, what advice would you give your now self? And then apply that in a way. So, for example, a lot of people are saying enjoy your family because you might not get to. But what if we tell ourselves now to enjoy our family?
Yeah, one of the things that I do when I sit with people on one-to-ones, depending on where they're at, but one of my common questions is, imagine you're 98 and you're looking back on life. What are you going to regret not doing? And that's why Motivating Minds is here today, because I understood that would have been one of mine if I hadn't have tried. So what do you think when you're 98 and you're looking back on your life? What do you think you would regret not trying, Eddie?
What would I regret not trying? I actually have I brought it down for earlier, but we moved on.
Right. Is this your bucket list?
This is my Happy Man's bucket list.
Right.
And so far I've got 107. And I need to tick off a lot because I haven't read it in a couple of years. I made this when I was in college. There's a lot of silly things. However, there's also a lot of things that if I was 98, I'd like to do. Publish a book.
What would you publish a book on?
I probably shouldn't say it just yet because I don't want to be plagiarized before I write the thing. But it would probably be on my life.
Okay.
And no, I mean, I don't want to be typical, but there'd probably be a plot twist, like, you know, I gained superpowers, like autism, but I could only figure them out when I was 19, 20 through the work I did.
Right,
because I've had autism all my life. You might have known that about me. It tends to be something you get not pick up, and I only really learned what autism was recently. Really, I've had autism. I've been diagnosed autistic since I was 10, 11, but you know, even though it wasn't really known about back then, I had no idea why I did what I did. And we spoke about it last week's discussion. With my autism, year 7 age, I just thought that no one liked me because I couldn't control my behavior. When really there is a lot of books and a lot of knowledge about why I am what I am. But it's only been recently that I've worked out that. And So again, I'd like to tell myself to accept myself, enjoy myself, and be myself.
There's a brilliant advert at the moment called Excitable Edgar. It's the John Lewis advert, and oh my gosh, it's brilliant because Edgar is a little dragon, and he wants to go and play with the children, building a snowman, and he gets all excited and fire bursts out of his nose and the snowman melts. And that was Ed in the playground. Then he sees the children skating on ice, and he goes flying in, and he wants to start skating with them, and he gets excited, and he melts the ice, and they all end up soaking wet, and then Christmas tree in the little town parade, they're turning on the lights. He gets excited, and everyone is just angry and
because he burns it all down.
Yeah, and disappointed in him.
But the whole time, a young girl was following him and mentally jotting down everything that was happening in Edgar's life. All of these mishaps, and he stormed off during the town parade because of
he was hurt.
And the girl waited outside his house for I think a day, or maybe two, and then went to her house, which was a bakery, and saw that in the fire pit there was bread being baked, and so she had the initiative to give him a gift, knocking on his door, and it was a Christmas pudding. And he walked with it into the
sort of town meal
that they were all having, and
they all
scared, they were all hiding, and everything looked lovely, and his nostrils started flaming up, and he set alight the cake that he had, the Christmas pudding, and the blue flame was around it because it's alcohol based. And the whole town started clapping because he finally accepted himself, and he realised
he channeled his ability,
and through accepting himself, he realised that other people accepted him too, and
Right, so, and on that note, we've got some more people that have joined us. Thank you very much. Catherine said, "Hi, sorry I'm late. Wellbeing win, been with family to Tottenham Stadium to see Tottenham versus Arsenal ladies. Excellent, well done."
It's okay to be late.
It's just been on the TV. Edgar is so cute. And Karen has joined us all the way from Canada. Awesome.
Hello.
But it's 2 minutes to, Ed. It's another week over.
It's 1 minute to now.
Right.
But
what I would say is go and find that video if you haven't seen it, that little advert, John Lewis advert.
Excitable
Edgar from John Lewis. Brilliant advert. And if you've got any children that are struggling with making friends or their neurodiversity, definitely worth sharing it with them. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you all for the hour. Let me know, email us in or leave a message on here of any wellbeing or mental health related topics that you want to cover, and we'll bring them in next week. But thank you very much for joining us, and hopefully see you all in the week at some point. All right then, thank you very much. Bye.
Goodbye, guys.